welcome back to another Let's Play with Retro Phoenix 80. In this episode, we are playing King's Quest I, the original, from 1986, I believe, 84, 86. And I keep falling off this bridge for some ungodly reason. Right into the moat to get eaten by the alligators. I'm going to do a full playthrough of this game, since it should be short, sweet, and to the point. Well, about an hour long-ish. I will not be speeding this up at all because I think it actually takes away from the game and the lore associated with the gameplay. When you speak to the king, he sighs and says, "Sir Graham, I am an old man. I fear my end is near. I have chosen you to prove yourself worthy of the throne. As you know, our kingdom is weak and poor. I have knowledge of the existence of three things that would make our kingdom wealthy and strong. Somewhere within our kingdom, there is a magic mirror that tells the future. There is a magic shield that will protect the bearer from mortal harm. And finally, there is a magic chest that is always filled with gold coins. Go, Sir Graham. Go and bring me back these three treasures. If you succeed, you will inherit the throne." Alright, so we have our quest for the throne, which is actually the title of the VGA remake that they made back in late 90s, early 2000s. Or early 90s, actually. Back when VGA were all the rage. So. Let's try not to kill ourselves off this bridge. First off, let's take a moment to save the game. Excuse me. I have no idea what. Alright. Now let's go exploring. We have to be ever vigilant of the evil wizard that appears every now and then. Whoops. Alright. That was stupid. But it's a death I've never seen before. Alright. Now, back when I first started playing King's Quest, I actually started with King's Quest 2, which back then had to be loaded as an operating system on your computer. I can't remember offhand what those were called, but yeah, it was rather difficult to get it to load since it was on a 5.5-inch floppy, which I still have a few of those laying around in my office downstairs. Okay. So I didn't actually start playing this version until much later, like after the King's Quest 4 came out, um, because my first interaction with this game was actually the remake. Please pardon the screechy noise. That's just the way these games were made before the Roland MIDI came out. I'm not sure if King's Quest 2 had the musical capabilities of the Roland MIDI. Hang on. Let's save the game. Yes, I did try to do a run through of this earlier, but that was back before I knew exactly what I was doing on this game. Back when I first started, so this is going to be another series, starting with King's Quest 1, working my way up to King's Quest. Yeah, there's something I need to do with that goat. Well, nope. Going the wrong way. There we go. It helps if I knew where the controls were. I'm just using the 4 arrow keys when I could have been using the number pad. Because back when I first had this game, all these, I had a joystick, one of them serial joysticks that we had for the Tandy TR had for the Tandy 1000. That was actually made by Tandy, Radio Shack. That had a locking mechanism on it to where you can actually lock the springs and engage them, or unlock the springs and just go free willy. Did I go too far? Sorry, I'm still a little unprepared for this, but I want to share my experience. I want to go back to the retro roots. Wrong stump. Okay, now it's time to save the game. Saving is very important, and if you don't save, you could lose everything, and I mean everything. The one thing that you do not want to do with these games is have to start all over. Because that was actually very tedious back in the day of having to start all over in a game after you've made it almost either halfway, 3/4 of the way, or all the way to the end, get to the final boss, and die. So, okay. There's the gingerbread house where the old witch lives. And believe me, I've had to do that a lot when it comes to these games, that I would be so headstrong and thinking that, I was bulletproof during these games, that I knew what I was doing, and get right to the end and whoops. And then having to start all over from the very beginning. That was the most annoying thing ever. Alright, before we go in, let's save the game. Alright, the cabinet. Okay, now we wait. We're going to save the game. And wait for the witch to come. If it takes longer than a minute, I will skip ahead and then we'll resume from there. Alright, we've destroyed the witch. Now it's time to move on with the game. After we save, of course. See, this was back during the time when adventure games were actually adventure games. They took long. They were... That was the wizard I was telling you about earlier. But the adventures were long, drawn-out stories that immersed you in the game. They weren't like some of the adventure games that come out today, where they just throw you in and then expect you to understand things. They don't allow you to get to know the characters. They don't allow you to get to know anything about it. They just throw you in, give you a story, and expect you to know what to do. Back then, during these times, you got the story and the quest up front. You actually got to know the characters that you were trying to help. You got to know your main character as well. And it all comes down to, hey, this is why I like this. This is why what makes the game good. Now, Dad loves the King's Quest series, and I'm sure he would be first up in watching these because, you know, he, again, loves the series and has been wanting me to play it for a while. I've actually been wanting to play it for a while. Sorry, I can't see my keyboard. That's not a strange word. Anyway, Dad has been wanting me to play this series ever since I got into YouTubing. And I can't say that I blame him. I've been wanting to play this game too for a while since I started playing, and instead of doing the King's Quest series, I ended up doing like Five Nights at Freddy's and Little Nightmares. Yeah, those games are okay, but and then I got back into the roots and started doing the Space Quest series, which unfortunately I do plan on getting back to it, but I kind of got a little burnt out of having to sit there for several hours during a day to record these all at once, to break them down into shorter episodes, which I still plan on doing with King's Quest 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Excuse me. So, but this one is going to be released all as one. With my 1-year anniversary of YouTubing coming up, I do plan on making a short vlog for that day, as well as playing a game I don't know what I'm going to play yet. You gotta watch out for all kinds of enemies and monsters that want to kill you. I have downloaded a bunch of games on my Xbox One, and I know I've been doing a lot from the Xbox, but this is mainly due to the fact that the Xbox is easier for me to work with as far as games for right now, especially since most of the games that I play on the Xbox are also available on PC. The Xbox just performs a little better at this point due to graphical limitations and the fact that I'm using an inferior graphics card at this time. Alright. Whoops, again. I didn't know you could die like that either. What did he steal? I think I still have everything. Dwarf is so fast. We'll come back to this. And I know I would much rather be doing these old style games than the newer ones for the simple fact that this is what I grew up on. This is what my passion is. Yes, I do like the newer games. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that this is me. This is who I am. Now, there are several things that a lot of people will get messed up on. As far as what makes a gamer a gamer. To me, what makes a gamer is the variety of games you play. That I've seen people say, "Yeah, I'm a gamer." And I say, "Okay, what games do you play?" "Oh, I play Call of Duty." That doesn't make you a gamer. That makes you an exclusive Call of Duty player. You see, playing games, adventure games, racing games, but you play a variety of games. That's what makes you a gamer. Well, if you're just sitting there playing like Call of Duty or whatever else, what other, I don't know what else there is. Because I don't play those kind of games. I don't play like Call of Duty. Yeah, I've been playing Fortnite, but you know, to me, that is about like the equivalent of World of Warcraft. I like World of Warcraft. I play World of Warcraft. So it's not a matter of I'm not hating on the Call of Duty thing, but I'm just saying if that's all you play, you're not a gamer. Simple as that. I went the wrong way. But I mean, like, I play Need for Speed. I play King's Quest, Space Quest, Cuphead, Turmoil, Five Nights at Freddy's, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers. So yeah, it's just a variety of games. Including, I mean, Doom and yeah, I played all those. Which, I mean, as you could tell from my old backdrop, I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan. It's one of my most loved series games. Even though there will be some people that say Ocarina of Time was the best, I don't think so. The best game out of that entire series to me was A Link to the Past. And A Link to the Past will always be my favorite game. I'm sorry for my silence. It's just I'm thinking about things. It's been a lot of goings on this weekend. Work's got me bogged down. Which is why I haven't been posting videos recently. Not that I don't want to, it's just by the time I get home I'm tired. And I will try to release more as I can. Alright. So the goat took care of the troll for us. I'm trying to be able to see my keyboard and I can't with the microphone in the way. Well, I didn't get what I wanted, but we got something. Let's see here. Yes, I do plan on returning to Undertale soon. I haven't forgotten about that one. Just life's been getting in the way. Oh, I'm not in the right place. It's supposed to be a giant bird that comes down, as well as a cave entrance. There it is. And yes, it is a friendly bird. It's like the eagles of Lord of the Rings. Well, yes, you can actually buy these games on Steam and play them with their built-in DOSBox. For the later games like King's Quest 3 and on, I think I will be using my own version of DOSBox, which I have set up to run the damn it. I forgot what else. I can leave it as link in the description to these on Steam, I think. But I got mine through what they call the Humble Bundle, which I got King's Quest, Space Quest, Police Quest, so that's also another series I will be tackling later on. If there are any more 80s or 90s retro games that you want to see, please do not hesitate to let me know. This is the first of the 3 items that the king sent us to get, which is the magic shield. There's an Alice in Wonderland reference right here. All right. I gotta remember where, since we didn't get the beans from Rumpelstiltskin, we ended up getting a key. Now we have to find yes, you actually have to type in a command in order to swim in this game. We have to find a cave, or a cave entrance to a locked door on the side of a cliff, so we would be planting the beans here. And since I can't remember where that cliff is, give me just a second here. Alright. This is going to be a journey. This is going to be a journey. So, down to... Yes, I'm referencing a map on my other screen right now. I'm sorry, I should have told you that from the beginning. But... Let's see, back in the day, Dad and I would make maps of these different games, telling us what was in them and everything else. Especially in, like, the larger dungeon games. So that way we could find our way out of whatever dungeon we were in. And there's the door at the side of the cliff. Normally this is how we would be getting out of this area. We just keep trudging upwards until we get up to where we need to be. Pardon me, I'm extremely tired. I just got home from work and this was the first thing I did as soon as getting home, was getting my studio ready and beginning recording. Racking my brain, trying to figure out what game I wanted to play today. So I decided to just go ahead and go with an oldie but a goodie. Of course, as you can tell where we're going to be going due to the description of my save, I do believe that we are actually almost 3/4 of the way through the game. Alright. We're coming up to a part that is very dangerous. As you saw, the giant earlier was carrying something. Well, that's what we're after. And unfortunately, I have to kill the giant.
And if I don't do it just right, he'll end up killing me. Alright, that, I believe, was the second thing that we needed to get for King Edward. And now we go back down the way we came up. Oh, the magic beans would have been easier. Sometimes easier is not always better. And since I messed up on the gnome's name, I had to take a different direction than what I'm used to. That just makes it for more interesting gaming because you can tell there are multiple paths to get to the same thing. Now, that does not mean that there are multiple endings, of course. That doesn't actually happen until later in the King's Quest series. Or in the case of Space Quest 2, whenever you decide to forget about entering the code to stopping entering the code to stopping the clones from invading Xenon. And you end up killing your entire civilization while sleeping away in the pod. Sometimes it's best to stay closest to the edge of the screen, just in case. Okay, I'm supposed to... Okay. I'm in the wrong area yet again. Oh, well, I'm in the right area. It's just that I needed to get something else first. So we're actually almost done with this game, and it's only been 50 minutes or so. See if we can wait for him to come out here. Alrighty, looks like we got an invisibility ring. Now we go back to the well. And we are on the last leg of this adventure. Ow. There. Alright, now. Okay. Fire-breathing dragon. Alright. We get the final thing. And now we head to back to King Edward. Sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. Or at least on vibrate. Now, as we approach the end of this quest, that I thank you for joining me on today. Well, I think where the future of this channel is actually going to go is back to the roots of what it was, and that's the retro games from the 80s and the 90s. I will still be doing newer games and whatnot, but not quite as often. Need for Speed will continue, of course, since that's one of my other favorite series. But I think that whenever it comes down to it, It's these older style games that are calling to me, that are really where I want to be at. Not for nostalgia reasons, but more for the fact that these are the games that I enjoy. And this, ladies and gentlemen, will be the final cutscene of the game. Let's enjoy it. Alright, unfortunately, King Edward has died, but the kingdom is now ours. Let me kill the sound real quick, because that's loud and annoying. Well, it can be. But that, ladies and gentlemen, was King's Quest 1. I know I didn't finish it with the full 158 points, but then again, I also took a different route than what I expected to take. So, with that, I will leave you in the kingdom of Daventry. Until next time, this has been Retro Phoenix 80. If you liked it, hit that like button. Love it, share it, subscribe if you wish. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Later.